What was effective with him as far as keeping your guys off balance?
Well, to his credit, I think he threw a lot of off-speed pitches yesterday, and we were a little anxious, I think, after the past couple nights swinging the bats the way we did. So I think we were a little eager to go out and get the ball, and probably if those pitches would have been fastballs, it might have been a different result. But I mean, he just kept us off balance a lot with changeup, cutter, and breaking ball.
Logan's been really consistent, but only, I believe, the fifth time in 18 starts that he's given up more than 2 earned runs. Was it just a case of not having his best command yesterday?
I would say that, and then he was behind a lot of hitters. I think he was only ahead of about 30% of the hitters when we looked at the chart, and even some of the guys that we got ahead of, even if it was 0-1, eventually it was getting to 2-1, and just probably the biggest thing yesterday, I didn't think he had a lot of fastball command. A lot of pitches, I think, were in the middle of the plate, whether they ran there or cut there or whatever it was. And, so it was just a little bit up in the zone and not good enough command, I think, for yesterday.
With Lancaster's lineup, where are they toughest? Where are some of the areas that they can beat you?
Well, definitely at the top. We talked about that before the game yesterday. Collier and Kaji have been, they were hot coming in here. 2 guys that can bunt, they can run, a lot like our top 2 guys. So, I think their success offensively is going to start there. And if those guys are on, obviously it's distracting to our guys, just like it is when our guys are on. So they have enough power, obviously, in the lineup. So I think both lineups are pretty similar. They have more switch hitters than we do, but I think the top 2 guys basically set the tone. And with Feliz at the bottom, and we had Mikey Reynolds at the bottom, that's another guy that can run for both teams and can put the bat on the ball. So the lineups are built pretty similar, and the way Butch and I kind of put them one behind the other, it's pretty close.
Tonight you'll be facing a spot starter for them. What is the approach when you go into a game like that, and can it sometimes be tougher when you're facing 7 or 8 different guys?
It can be because you're not getting to see the same guy multiple times. So sometimes that's that can be a disadvantage. But sometimes if a starting pitcher is out there for 3 times through the lineup, he's probably changed how he's approached you as well. So it's just one of those things, I think, where you have spot starters. You have to make sure that they throw strikes. You have to work their pitch count. Don't get too aggressive unless it's something that you really like, and see if you can get their pitch counts up to maybe get them out of the game quicker and get into their bullpen faster. So, that not only would affect tonight, but then it affects tomorrow and the next night. So, the plan is just to be patient and see what Beck gives us tonight.
And with Matt Neal tonight, kind of an uncharacteristic lapse of control in his last start, you had indicated maybe he was just kind of guiding it, trying to be a little too fine. Throughout the course of the week, is that kind of determined that that's what it was, and then that's what he needs to work past tonight? Yeah,
it is. I think Matty has a tendency to, if he gives up a couple hits, he tries to be too fine. And when you try to be too fine, you're not pitching to a big enough part of the plate where if your ball moves a little bit, you're a ball. It turns into a ball and not even a pitch that a hitter will offer at. So we just have to be aggressive. The game doesn't change every day. The game's the same. You just have to go out, be aggressive, keep the ball down in the zone, pound the strike zone, change your speeds, and let your defense work for you.
All right, Mason, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That is Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. This is game time as Zach Collier will make his way to the plate. Right on time. Matt Neal ready. We'll get Lancaster's lineup set for you. It is brought to you by Flying Feet. Collier leading it off in center tonight. He's been red hot and a catalyst yesterday for sure. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch of the night is taken down low. We are underway, a 6:32 start, and it's 75 degrees. here at Game Time on a cloudy night. Wind out to left. And the 1-0. And that misses up high on Collier, who comes in tonight hitting at .324. Left-hand hitting outfielder with speed. 5 home runs as well. The 2-0. And that's in at the knees, a called strike. Collier, over his last 21 games, hitting .361 at the plate. Had 2 hits, 2 runs yesterday. The 2-1. And that's down and in. Neal, in his last start, a lot of the pitches that he missed with were down and in on lefties, down and away on righties. Kind of yanking it. 3-1. Man, right down the middle, there's a strike. 3-2. Collier yesterday began the game with a bunt hit on the first pitch, scored a first inning run. He's already seen many more pitches than in that at-bat. And the payoff offering swung on, slapped foul on the ground down the third base side. Barnstormers are in the alternate black jerseys tonight. Revs are in their alternate whites with the shoulder striping. And the Revs scripted across the front of it. Well, now Neal winds, another payoff pitch, and a foul. Look out, lined hard to the left and back toward the top of the seats. Collier in center, Yusuke Kajimoto, the DH, is next. Kent Mathis in left field is hitting third. Cleanup man is Mike McDade at first base. They're still looking up to the top of the stands there. There's a lady in the top row that may have gotten a piece of that. On the wind, the pitch. And a swing and a broken bat. Line drive, leaping grab at first. Telvin Nash extending upward. And at the top of his leap, he reaches it and brings it down for out number 1. A lengthy at bat. Neal wins the battle. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. If you've got an ash tree or any tree care concern, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, your place. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com. They're the experts on that pesky EAB insect threatening ash trees across the country. Here's Kajimoto, who looks at a strike. Kajimoto batting at .244. He went 3 for 5 yesterday with an RBI. A couple of deep shots. As he looks at a fastball here, right through the bottom of the zone, and another strike called. And Neal ahead of him quickly, 0-2. And now into his windup and the pitch. Slider, strike 3 called. He backdoored him and froze him. Actually a cutter with slider-like movement. That thing was big. And 2 up, 2 down. He gets Kajimoto on 3 pitches. Well, we mentioned Collier, Kajimoto, Mathis. The middle 3, Mike McDade at first. Charlie Cutler catching. Brian Cavazos-Galvez in right. And then the bottom third of their order, Lance Zawadzki at short. Luke Hughes at second. Anderson Feliz at third base. Here's Mathis, and Neal fires a strike on the outside corner. Mathis hitting at .245, 1 for 4 with an RBI in yesterday's game. Neal the wind, the 0-1, and a swing and a ground ball to second. Right there is Patterson. He'll take his time and make the throw over to first. It's a 1-2-3, top of the first inning for Matt Neal. At the end of a half here tonight in York, it's the Barnstormers 0, the Revs coming up.
You're running cross country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does flying feet.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Revolution! Are you brave enough to come out for Daredevil Night, August 23rd? Summer is in full swing at Santander Stadium. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. Daredevil Night will feature a motorcycle riding a tightrope and Mad Chad, the chainsaw juggler, all aboard the Revolution Express. Revolution!
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
No score, Revs coming up. York's lineup tonight brought to you by Flying Feet will feature Jose Constanza in center, leading things off. Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, hits second. Batting third at second base is Eric Patterson. The cleanup man is Brandon Boggs in left. And it's Brian Pounds at third base hitting fifth. Batting sixth is the designated hitter Andres Perez. Jacob Calderon in right field is hitting seventh. Talbot Nash, the first baseman, bats eighth. And Luis De La Cruz will catch and hit ninth. Right-hander Chad Beck, his first pitch of the night. It's a fastball over for a strike. Again, Constanza, Valdez, Patterson, Boggs, Pounds, Perez, Calderon, Nash, and De La Cruz. Lineup brought to you by Flying Feet as Constanza swings and fouls one off down the left field side, right on top of one of our concession stands down there. It's no balls and two strikes. Constanza hitting at .294, five-game hitting streak snapped yesterday as he swings here and lifts one in the air, shallow left center. Mathis from left is in, and he's got it. And it sounded like Constanza's bat may have cracked. Broken bats, once again, are brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com. Here's Wilson Valdez. Valdez entering the night, hitting at .259. Another one who's really gotten it going here of late. Yesterday, a temporary blip. First pitch is swung on and missed. Valdez with a big hack. His last 11 games, hitting .362. Revs facing Beck, who out of the bullpen this year has 4 saves. He was their closer for a time. He's 2-1 with a .351 ERA in 30 outings. Delivers home, and Valdez a push bunt. First base side, good luck. Valdez beats it easily. There's no play. A bunt single for Valdez, the first base runner of the night. He pushed it past Beck, and nobody could get anywhere close to it on the right side of the infield, just rolling toward the back of the grass. And Valdez running through first with no play on him. Oh, one-out base runner, and Eric Patterson to the plate. Patterson the last couple of days off. And he, unlike most of the hitters on the team, has struggled a bit here lately. Trying to get him restarted as Valdez takes off, pitches a strike, throw to second is late. He's in on a slide under Zawadzki's tag. And Valdez with stolen base number 26 of the year. He entered the night tied for second in the league. And he's into scoring possession. Pitch was a strike called on Patterson, a high strike. He's batting at .232, trying to get back in his groove. And he swings here, fouls one back to the left of the net. No balls and 2 strikes. Patterson just 1 for 11 to begin this homestand, but did have a 4-walk game on Wednesday night of last week, which tied a club record. Well, the 0-2, and that misses down low. Back out of the bullpen, typically a 1-inning guy, 30 appearances, 33 1/3 innings, 32 hits, only 8 walks, 41 Ks. Opponents have hit .246. The big right-hander set. Delivers, and a swing at a high fly ball, left field, pretty deep. Mathis moving back, he won't have a play. Off the wall, Valdez around third, and the Revs will score the first run of the night, and Patterson's in with a wall-scraping double. A towering fly ball that got up in the jet stream, and Mathis ran out of room. It smacked about halfway up, a little higher than that. And Patterson, the RBI double, gives York a 1-0 first-inning lead. Hit right around the apps of our friends at Game Time PA. Up high on the wall and left. Patterson's 36th run driven in on the year, his 15th double. And Valdez around to score on it. 290th hit for Patterson in his Revs career, his 65th double. Now here's Brandon Boggs, who swings, pulls a ground ball to second. Luke Hughes waits for it, sidearms it to first, 2 down. Patterson takes third. Patterson 7th in Revs history in doubles, 5th in extra base hits, 8th in total hits. And now he stands at third base, having driven in 1. He's hoping to score another one, and Brian Pounds will try to make that happen. Pounds hitting at .284 entering play tonight. And the pitch from Beck. That misses up high. Beck at 6'4", 255. Righty last started early last season. He deals. And a swing and a bouncing ball to third. Feliz stabs it to his left, spins and makes the throw to save a run. That was a topper toward the hole, and kind of an in-between hop for Feliz. It was no sure thing, but he picked it cleanly. And the Revs will settle for 1 run, but they do strike first tonight. A run on 2 hits, 1 runner left. We go to the second. It's a 1-0 York lead.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
He's a great man. Was Muhammad Ali a thug?
It was colorful, controversial. But this is a guy who did something before anybody else did it. And we were okay with it. A lot of us were okay because of how Ali looked. Handsome, well-spoken, and poetry. There was charisma to it. Richard Sherman just came out of a game and started yelling right in our face.
Dan Patrick.
On Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Top of the second, Matt Neal's first pitch is in for a strike on cleanup hitter and switch hitting Mike McDade. The 0-1, as he bats from the left, he swings right over the top of a slider. And it's 0-2. Neal with good crisp stuff here early tonight. Ball really moving for him. And the 0-2, slider in by the back foot. McDade lays off. He's hitting at .281 with 3 homers, 16 driven in. A 1-2. And a broken bat pop-up. Patterson coming in from second. Valdez will call him off. That ball hog over in front of Patterson on the infield grass. 1 away. Another broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. It's getting their money's worth tonight. If you have an ash tree, then emerald ash borer, which may have gotten into that bat, it could be in your trees. And the folks at Heritage Lawn can right that problem for you. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com. Here is Charlie Cutler, left-handed hitting catcher. He's hitting at .237 through 11 games with Lancaster. And Neal to pitch to him. It is a slider, a little low. Plate ump tonight is Warren Nicholson. Mike Williams at first. And at third base is Drew Hoagland. 1-0. Oh, late swing, fouled into the stands. Right in off the handle of the bat. And again to the left of the net. And back into the 5th row or so. Had some nasty fouls tonight that have just missed the screen. Including one in the first couple of pitches. Next one is fouled back, same area, a little bit higher back. And this one toward the top of the stands. This is like there's a magnet on that side of the stadium here early tonight. I'm sure they're all awake after this. A 1-2 and a fastball up and in. Matt Neal just 3 2/3 in his last start, so looking for a bounce back here tonight. A wind in the pitch, swung on and floated foul into the stands in left. This one down the left field side a bit. Neal exited trailing 4-0 in his last start. Revs came back to win 6-5. He had a season-high 5 walks for a guy who averages less than 2 per 9 innings for his career, and now time called right as he had stepped back to begin his windup. Now ready, the 2-2. Slider, strike 3 called. He freezes Cutler and has his second strikeout of the night. Both on sliders to lefties and both called thirds. 2 down, Brian Cavazos Galvez, the hitter. And Neal the pitch. Just off the corner away. It's a little bit cooler tonight. Neal's got the navy sleeves on under the jersey, but nowadays they make them for warm weather too. There's a fastball for a called strike to even the count. About 15 to 20 years ago, they started designing the warm weather sleeves. The pitch up high, 2-1. Galvez at 249 with the average. 15 homers, 57 knocked in. Home run total leads the league. And he lays off a little bit high. It's 3-1. His RBI total tied for second in the league, one behind Lou Ford. He's been in Mexico. 3-1. And a liner toward the middle. Patterson backhands, knocks it down, picks up, but has to hold on to it. And Galvez will have an infield hit. He lined it back toward Neal, but once it got past the mound, it died. He hit it off the end of the bat, and it crawled past second off the ground. And Patterson, a nice job to get to it and keep it in the infield, but did the wise thing to hang on to it at that point. Now a 2-out base runner for Lance Zawadzki. Revs a 1-0 lead in the second. The pitch from Neal. A swing and a ground ball to short sharply right at Valdez. He'll take it to second himself. Fakes the throw to first then. Having a little fun with Lancaster. And that's the end of the inning. No runs on one hit and one left. So we go to the bottom half of the second. It's 1-0 York.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
One 1-0 York. We go to the bottom of the second. Andres Perez to lead things off. Revs 3 back of Lancaster after the loss yesterday. Looking to get that game back. Pitch from Beck is a little bit high. Not beginning tonight. There's still 41 games to go. A 1-0. And a fastball at the knees, a called strike. Dre yesterday, his 8-game hitting streak snapped. Added over 500 on that. A 1-1 and a swing and a foul back upstairs. In the series against Southern Maryland, one of the greatest individual series in Revs history. He went 12 for 17. Set a big milestone as well with his 400th career hit with York on a home run. As Beck misses down and away, Cutler sliding over on top of it. That home run, a milestone as well, tying him with Scott Grimes for second most in team history with 45. The wind and the 2-2. Swung on and lined to right center, and he's got his first hit of this series. A hard single the other way. Luke Hughes, the second baseman, leaping, but it sailed over his attempt. And the Revs with their third base hit already tonight. That'll bring up Jacob Calderon. It was held hitless yesterday, but still batting .357 his last 18 games. 5-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. He looks at a fastball over for a strike at 89. Chad Beck's last start, May 7th of last season, 5 scoreless in a game at Long Island. The 0-1, and that's down low. He last pitched on Wednesday of last week in Bridgeport. 2/3 of an inning, 1 run, but he gave up 4 hits. But he's had about a week to try to build up some on the side and get ready. 1-1, that's taken in the dirt. However, he may not have known for the entire week that he would start tonight. They only announced that yesterday when Shunsuke Watanabe had to be deactivated due to injury. Having some arm trouble. The 2-1. Swung on, driven the other way in left field. Mathis back on this one. It's off the wall. And Perez hustling to third. Throw goes to short. It's deflected down. Calderon's into second with a double as he takes aim at the big wall and left. And it's second and third with nobody out here in the top of the second. A line drive just under the Turkey Hill sign about halfway up. And the Revs have played a little wall ball here early tonight, both by left-hand hitters going the other way. Patterson drove in their first inning run on a double off the big boards. And it's second and third for Telvin Nash trying to add to a 1-0 lead. First pitch is up high. The infield is back. Nash hitting at .267, 2 homers, 8 driven in. And now back into his stretch. The 1-0. Swing and a broken bat grounder at third. Feliz reached for Perez, ran into him. His throw to first is handled by McDade on a high throw. He drop-stepped into foul territory with his left foot and held the bag with his right. Then Nash, a broken bat grounder tight to the line. Feliz gobbled it up. He reached for Perez and collided with him as Dre was hurrying to get back. I was afraid that Perez might get pushed off the bag there, which then we may have had an argument, but he stayed on. Feliz gathered his balance, and McDade helping him with the footwork at the other end. There's second and third with 1 out. Here's Luis de la Cruz, and he swings and floats a foul out of play. Off to the first base side. Dan makes a catch on it. Paniagua's played the last 3 games. De La Cruz, though, his last 3 games, 6 for 11. Paniagua had been hot as well. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a drive in right center. Galvez from right field sprinting over. He'll run it down, but Perez will tag from third, and he sprints home with the run. Luis de la Cruz with the sac fly to right, and it's a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Calderon stays at second base with 2 down. That De La Cruz picks up the ribby on a sac fly to right. And here's Constanza back at the top of the order. Calderon still in scoring position. And back the pitch. And a swing and a line drive. Base hit right center. Calderon around third. He will score 2. And Jose Constanza, first pitch swinging, lines it into right center. It's 3-0 York. Gets that other run home with 2 outs. Pitch was down. He dropped the bat head and served it out over second and plopped it into shallow right center. And Calderon scoring easily a 3-0 lead with 1 in the first and now 2 here in the second. And here's Wilson Valdez, and Constanza will grab his lead and draws a throw right away. Revs with 5 hits here already. Now the stretch. And another move to first. He's back standing again. Constanza with 8 stolen bases in just 12 games with York. 8 in the last 10, in fact. And back ready. Delivers. Constanza running. Valdez fakes a bunt. Cutler the throw. No chance. Constanza goes in head first. No tag from Zawadzki. And the Revs have stolen a base in each of the first 2 innings. It was Valdez in the first. This time, with him at bat, it's Constanza with his 9th since joining the team. So he's at second, and Valdez will try to bring him home. No balls, 1 strike. And back the pitch. He runs for third. Another fake bunt, and Cutler drops it on a slider that was up. It's called a ball, and it's a steal of third for Constanza. He takes second and third, and he's 90 feet away. He figured he could get it, and in a matter of 2 pitches, he's stolen 2 bases. Back will go from the windup. And Constanza started walking and tiptoeing home. Valdez swings, hits a little dribbler. Feliz over from third, cuts it off and makes the throw to first. But the Revs add to the lead, scoring twice in the second inning on 3 hits, 1 runner left. And we head to the third here tonight. It's York 3, Lancaster nothing.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest-rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Andres Perez, and you're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
First pitch of the third inning is over for a strike on Luke Hughes. It's a 3-0 Revs lead. Light rain starting the pitch, and a slider down in the dirt. Seems to have tailed off already, but with the wind blowing, a little light drizzle started. Some umbrellas popped up. There's the wind, the 1-1, and it just dips low. Taking aim at that outside corner. Luke Hughes yesterday, a home run, his 7th of the year. Wind, the 2-1, and a check swing. He squibs a foul over against the York dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes in tonight hitting at .230. 7 homers, 23 batted in for the Perth, Australia native. They have like the UN over in Lancaster's dugout. Pitch. And a swing and a high fly ball toward the corner and right. Calderon hustles over. He is there and drops the ball in fair territory. Picks it up, fires it all the way to second, but Hughes is there standing. And Calderon will be charged with an error. He got there on a dead sprint, had to go a long way. He had to slam the brakes quickly. But in the corner, reached up, and it hit him in the glove and fell down. Now a runner at second base on the error. It's only the second error in the last 6 games for York. And here's Anderson Feliz, who will bat from the left. He takes up and away on ball 1. Revs up 3-0. They certainly don't want to give any of it back. 1-0, and a swing and a foul back, out of play. Feliz batting .241, 4 homers, 23 knocked in. Stretch, and Neal, a pitch on the way, and a swing and a foul back to the netting. 1-2. Matt Neal's faced Lancaster 3 times in starting assignments this year. Had a 9-4 loss in Lancaster June 21st. No decisions, but pitched pretty well in the other 2. There's the 1-2 breaking ball, missed high. Last season, he won his lone start against Lancaster, defeating them 4-1 here at home in his Revs debut. Stretch, the 2-2, and a foul tip back to the net. 6 straight, no decisions for Matt Neal. And he'd allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in all of those until charged with 4 in his last start. The Revs came back, erased the deficit, won the game. Another 2-2. And way high, De La Cruz reaching for it. Be a full count. Stretch. Couple of looks back. And time asked for at the plate. Now he's set. Payoff pitch. Missed down low. His first walk tonight. And Lancaster's got their first 2 men on. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York. First in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Now Lancaster with 2 on, nobody out, and now to the top of their order. Revs with a 3-0 lead here in the 3rd, but a leadoff 2-base error and then a walk. Corners will pinch in. Anticipating a bunt from Zach Collier, and he will not. He'll swing and drill one deep in right center. Calderon back on the track, reaches out, and that one hits the fence and bounces away. Hughes around coming home. Feliz to third, and Collier's in with a stand-up double. And it's a 3-1 game here in the top of the 3rd. And the tying 2 runs in scoring position as well. He came very close to tying it. Calderon also came very close to catching it. Running parallel to the wall in right center. And just out of his reach as he approached the padding. And it bounced off the wall and kicked back. Now an RBI double. And a base hit here, and the lead could be gone. There's Yusuke Kajimoto as Neal misses up high on him. As Zach Collier continues his hot hitting. And for a quick leadoff guy, he's got plenty of pop. The 1-0, swinging a grounder foul, first base side. DJ Boston handling it. He is their hitting coach. Butch Hobson coaching at third this inning. DJ Boston at first base. The players get a break. First run is unearned. A 1-1 and a check swing. He went on a slider buried in the dirt. Kajimoto, a strikeout victim, looking back in the first inning. Now Neal has his side. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him again, this time swinging. And does it with a high fastball. One away on Neal's third strikeout of the night. And that's a big one. Second and third, a base hit could still tie it. And Kent Mathis will step in next. Mathis, a ground out to second base his first time. Revs with the infield back. Since there's two men on, the pitch. And is swinging a chopper to short. Valdez has to wait for the hop. Throws it to first. Got him there. In to score is Feliz. Collier holds at second. It's an RBI ground out, and the lead is cut to 1. 3-2 here in the third inning. Valdez started in and then realized he had to stop and wait for the bounce, getting a read on it. Now Mathis with the infield back puts it in play and picks up the RBI. And here's Mike McDade. First pitch is swung on and launched high in the air in shallow center. Constanza coming in, hollers he's got it, and he does. Makes the catch to end the inning. But Lancaster scores twice, and both runs will end up being unearned. One hit, one error, one runner left. We go to the bottom of the third, lead cut to a run. It's 3-2 York.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Are you dreading the impending doom of planning your company or group holiday party this year? Are you looking for something new and fresh with built-in catering and event planning? Well, the York Revolution has the solution for you. Our White Rose Hall offers a unique event space for groups of up to 200 people and is available year-round. Your event at Santander Stadium can be customized to fit your needs and budget with full-service event planning, catering, and the unique allure of the ballpark setting. In addition to holiday parties, we can host any type of business or group function. For a facility tour or to book your space today, please call the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at 717-801-HITS or visit YorkRevolution.com.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Revs lead is 3-2 as we go to the bottom half of the third. Patterson, Boggs, and Pounds coming up as Chad Beck embarks on his third inning. Revs with 5 hits off the righty. He's thrown 29 pitches through 2. Not very many considering the York production against him. First pitch to Patterson is a little low. Patterson, a opposite field wall ball RBI double in the first. 1-0 pitch. He swings and lifts one that way again toward the line. Mathis hustles over. It lands fair. And digging for 2. Mathis nails him at second base. What a throw. Kent Mathis winding up and unleashing a laser to second base from the line in left field. And Patterson tried to stretch the bloop into 2 bases. He's thrown out. Mathis got a clean bounce over along the warning track that cuts inside the line and was able to get behind that throw. Here's Brandon Boggs, who takes down low. Well, Patterson now 2 for 2 on the night, but he is out number 1 at second base to begin the inning. Pitch to Boggs is right down the middle at 92. And a called strike to even the count. Beck went 4 innings in a game earlier this year, late July, to get a save as he misses a little low. That was at Sugar Land. Against the Revs this season, 5 1/3 innings in relief, 1 run. And he misses low on Boggs, 3-1. Beck is from the Houston area. He's pitched in the big leagues with Toronto. 2011 and 2012, 17 relief outings. The wind and the 3-1 swung on, grounded the other way and through. A base hit for Boggs. He singles through the opening and into left, and he's got the longest hitting streak on the team going. That's 9 in a row for him. And a 1-out single. Brian Pounds up next. Revs with back-to-back hits to start the inning. Unfortunately, one of those thrown out. They now have 7 hits total. And a pitch to Pounds, a fastball just missed down and in. He grounded out to third base his first time. Chad Beck, a little history in this park. He defeated Rami Lewis, ending his long-standing reign as World Cow Milking Champion of York earlier this season. As Beck throws over to first. Boggs diving back. As we discussed, though, in the pregame the following day, the horse was not very cooperative for Rami this year. Beck's horse was much more on the same wavelength as he fires a fastball strike and jumps ahead 1-2. Those two were teammates in the Blue Jays system. Or actually evens the count, I should say, 1-1. A little ahead of myself. Rami had defeated Beck last year in that title bout. 1-1, and a slider sails wide. 2 balls and a strike. Rami listed some of his highlights in the majors as retiring David Ortiz, who he struck out, getting Derek Jeter out. Beck has similar stories. His time is asked for. His first big league pitch, he retired Dustin Pedroia. And then in his very next appearance, he struck out Torrey Hunter and Vernon Wells facing the Angels. The last time that he started regularly was 2011. Now another throw to first, and Boggs is back on a dive. In 2012, the second year that he got called up to Toronto, he was a closer at AAA Las Vegas, had 18 saves. On the stretch, 2-1, and a swing and a miss. Good fastball away. His velocity has gone up as his outing has gone on, that one at 93. Beck originally signed by Arizona. He went to the Blue Jays in a trade for David Eckstein. Now the stretch. And the 2-2. Slider bites away, a full count. Let's see if they send Boggs here. Revs lead it 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. Now Beck ready. And a pitch, not running, and a swing and a ground ball to third. Feliz there, swings it over to second. Relay to first is in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play. And the Revs down in order despite 2 hits in the inning. Nobody left on. We head to the fourth. Still York 3, Lancaster 2.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need, no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Turn this on.
The Rich Eisen Show.
He is unbelievable.
Rich Eisen.
Let's go to the phone lines. They are lit. Catherine in South Carolina. Can I help you?
Yes, I am having emotional distress. I'm going to sue the Jones family.
Don't.
This is crazy. It's the most stupid, idiotic thing. The Jones are screwing this up. And I am sick. I've left work. I'm nauseous. He's strung us out on DeMarco.
Well, what about the idea that anybody could run behind that offensive line? Catherine, you don't buy that one?
DeMarco is family. He and Tony and Jason do everything together. He's family. I just started to be a Cowboys fan again, and happiness has just plunged to despair. What the Jones has done to my emotional state, they should be sued.
Don't go litigious on me here, okay?
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Sorry for the delay. As we head to the fourth inning, 3-2, Revs lead it. Matt Neal's first pitch, a breaking ball strike on Charlie Cutler. The food line was now or never, and I got interrupted on my way back. Here's the 0-1 to Cutler. And a breaking ball snaps over the inside corner, a called strike. Cutler, a strikeout looking at his first time up. Wind in the pitch, and he pulls a ground foul. Did that? Oh, man. What in the world? That thing looked like it glanced off the corner of the bag. Talvin Nash just gloved it in foul territory and slipped, trying to make a play because he thought it was fair. He slipped and went down on his belly and landed hard. His feet went out from under him, and he was sprawled out on the grass. DJ Boston was surprised. So was the hitter Cutler, and now Butch Hobson the whole way over from third to argue it. Well, it looked like it was going to be foul and then maybe hit something and came back. It looked like it started clearly foul, but then it also looked like it hit the corner of the bag after it had maybe come back. Nash fought to get over toward the line to get in front of it. He made the play, which was a scramble. It was an athletic play to get to it, but then his feet completely slipped out from under him and he went down. And now they're going to get all three umpires together. Now this will be interesting. It's tough to tell in the replay. Those three still talking. This is quite the lengthy conversation between the two, or between the three, I should say. Still haven't determined anything. Neal's going to throw some warm-ups, and they're going to give Cutler first base. You've got to be kidding me. And here comes Mace. And now Talbot Nash in the face of the first base ump, Mike Williams. How do you come up with that? I mean, if you say that it hit the bag, you could also argue that Nash stopped the play because they signaled foul. And Neal didn't go over because they signaled foul. You can argue that also, that the Revs didn't complete the play because the guy behind first base called it foul. But after the three of them get together, they decide it's a good idea to give Cutler first base. I do believe the ball may have hit the corner of the bag, but the problem is they called it foul, and everything about that play instinctively comes to a stop. So here in a one-run game, beginning the fourth inning, they have the leadoff man on. Not to mention that, Matt Neal's been delayed for about 5 minutes. It'll be an infield hit. Lancaster with their third hit, their second that hasn't even left the infield. Last inning they scored their 2 runs on only 1 hit. Here's Brian Cavazos Galvez. He swings and pops one up foul, and this will get back out of play. I mean, I don't know how the first base ump misses that unless he's screened by Talbot Nash, which could have been the case. There's a swing and a miss on a slider, 0-2. But I don't know how you overturn it when it's his call. And then the rest of the umpires. Here's Neal's pitch. That misses down and away. You're assuming that the runner would have been safe. They're not taking into account the fact that the foul call stops the play. A lot of times when a manager goes out to argue one like that, you are listening intently as Galvez swings and skies this one to shallow right. Calderon scampers in. He's there and makes the catch for out number 1. A lot of times you'll argue it and listen for the littlest slip up in terms of the interpretation of the rule and the explanation that you're given. And if you feel that it's misinterpreted and misapplied, you can protest it right from there. But That did not end up being the case, based on whatever explanation Mace was given. Here's Lance Zawadski as Neal starts him with a first pitch strike. The 0-1 and a slider tails across. Strike 2 called. 1 on with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Revs lead it 3-2. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball to second. Patterson there up the middle, feeds Valdez. He fires to first. Inning ending 4-6-3 double play. All that for that. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Revs still lead it 3-2.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Are you getting pumped for another year of high school football? Well, all this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. Or go to WOYK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, and only here on Sports Radio 1350.
We're everywhere. Listen on the go with the WOYK mobile apps. Download today at WOYK1350.com.
Revolution! Are you brave enough to come out for Daredevil Night, August 23rd? Summer is in full swing at Santander Stadium. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. Daredevil Night will feature a motorcycle riding a tightrope and Mad Chad, the chainsaw juggler. All aboard the Revolution Express. Revolution!
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 4th, 3-2. The Revs lead it. Matt Neal coming back strong after that disaster of a call at first base. You got a fly out and a double play to follow. They screwed it up twice. They probably got the call wrong initially, but you can't overturn it when Neal stops running to cover because you call it foul. Whatever. Andres Perez will lead things off. 3-2 York. And Beck's still in. His first pitch is up high. On the wind and the 1-0. And a swing and a foul out of play. First base side. Perez a single to right center, leading off the second inning, scored the first of the 2 that York plated in that frame, going up 3-0. And then Lancaster answering with 2 in the ensuing half inning. The 1-1. Oh, nailed him. Fastball in. Actually, I think it got mostly jersey. It's still in his jersey. He jumped back on a fastball in near the ribs. He was able to avoid getting clunked right in the rib cage, and it ends up in his jersey, and he's trying to get the thing out. It went inside the buttons. Now a hit by pitch to start the inning. And here's Jacob Calderon, who doubled off the wall and left in that 2-run second. He shows a bunt here, and Beck misses way in. So that'll give them that to think about. Showing bunt on the first pitch. Oh, it didn't go in his jersey? No. Oh, well. That would have made for a great story. Here's the 1-0. And a ground ball off the end of the bat to second, right to Hughes. He feeds the shortstop, and Zawadzki turns two. So the teams exchange double plays here in the fourth inning. A 4-6-3 off the bat of Calderon. And the Revs have hit into their second in as many innings. I'll bring up Telvin Nash. Grounded out to third his first time up. First pitch is beaten foul against his foot. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Donna Allman is our contestant. Donna, good luck. For Revs player, maybe Telvin Nash goes yard. You can win a prize pack courtesy of the Revs, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, and us. Pitch to Nash is swung on and fouled off. So land in the first base seats. Big crowd tonight here on National Night Out. A good chance of that ball not hitting an empty seat. A lot of folks around the seating bowl on all sides tonight. The wind and the 0-2. Fastball missed up and away. 94 from Beck, who's throwing it pretty hard. The 1-2, and a called third strike. Like maybe a backup slider, and it had Nash frozen. Now the double play once again helps Beck to a 1-2-3 inning after the leadoff man had reached. No hits in the inning. It was a hit by pitch here in the fourth. And we go to the fifth, still a 3-2 York lead.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis
ace
raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Asics, New Balance, Wilson, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the fifth, 3-2 remains the lead for York. Luke Hughes to lead it off for Lancaster. First pitch of the inning from Matt Neal is a called strike. Slider on the outside corner. Hughes reaching on an error in the right field corner on a fly ball as he swings and misses. Good slider. Started the two-run third inning. He scored the first of the 2 runs. Wind and the pitch, and just off the corner away, trying to extend the zone there. It's right where he wanted it. The wind, then the 1-2 swing and a little nub foul off the end of the bat. Won't quite make it to the Revs dugout. Maybe they should have a conference and call that one fair. Another 1-2. And a slider breaks into the dirt. Appeal to first. He did not go. It'll be Hughes, Feliz, and Collier due up here in the 5th inning. Been a dark, cloudy day, but comfortable, unseasonably cool. The 2-2. And it breaks up and outside, a full count. Payoff pitch. Slider just missed away. That was close. Neal, who was ahead 0-2, has Hughes reach. He fights his way on with a leadoff walk. That was the second walk against Neal tonight. The first one was from this guy, Anderson Feliz, who walked in the 3rd and scored. And he'll bat for the second time. Moved to first in the dirt and bounces away off the Revs bullpen. One of the seats, and Hughes going the whole way to 3rd, and Nash's throw there is late. Hughes goes first to 3rd on an errant pickoff throw. And the tying run 90 feet away with no outs here in the 5th. Revs with their second error of the night. Neal spiked the pickoff throw, and Hughes never slowed down. Goes the whole way to 3rd. He was involved in the first error. Revs bring the infield in. Pitch to Feliz is swung on and fouled off. Left field side. Hughes, that is. He reached on the first error and scored in the 3rd inning. The 0-1. And a swing at a ground ball off the glove of Neal and into center. And Hughes in to score, and the lead is gone. Lancaster ties at 3-3 here in the top of the 5th. Neal reaching out on the one hopper. It glanced off the tip of his glove and up the middle. And Feliz with the RBI hit to even the score. Well, we go to the top of the order, and Zach Collier. And tonight is 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the 3rd inning. First pitch, a swing and a liner, right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. In front of Constanza, it dies in right center. Before Constanza could get to it, and it's 1st and 2nd, still nobody out. Fletch is going to call time and head out for a visit. Lancaster rallying for the second time in the last 3 innings. Fletch will try to help talk Neal through this one and prevent it from getting any bigger. Take a look at our Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report. Revs have Ian Durham and Brad Bergeson out for the year with the Tommy John surgeries. Anthony LaRue with the broken leg. It's your Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report tonight. 2 on for Yusuke Kajimoto, who has struck out both times. Corners are in. Neal lifts the leg and looks the lead runner back. Now a long set, first pitch. Kajimoto attempts a bunt and it hits him in the foot, and he crumbles over and rolls along on the dirt. It's a hit by pitch to load the bases with nobody out. And Kajimoto laying flat on his back. It hit him right under his left knee on his left shin. And Butch Hobson coming down to check on him. Ashley Wenger, their trainer, taking a look as well. And Kajimoto will be helped to a seated position. And they will look at it from there. And got away from Neal and hit him right under the left knee. On the inside of the left shin. Revs a 3-0 lead after 2 innings, but Lancaster's tied it with a lot of base runners here the last 3 innings. And they will have them loaded with still no outs here in the 5th. And Kajimoto to his feet. And we'll start toward first base. He says he's all right. Oh, they are loaded for Kent Mathis. He's 0 for 2 tonight, 2 ground outs, including an RBI. Loaded for the number 3 hitter in Lancaster's lineup with no outs in the inning. Corners in, middle infield will play for 2. And Neal's first pitch, a breaking ball, and it's over for a strike. Mathis, the K-man tonight, a few chants directed his way. The 0-1, and a swing and a pop-up foul, out of play, off to the right. And Neal's got the jump on him. Kajimoto is still limping around at first base. He's on there. Collier at second. Feliz at third. Here's the 0-2. And it missed off the plate away. Lancaster's tied it and threatening to go ahead here in the 5th. Neal ready. 1-2, and a swing and a fly ball in center, plenty deep. Constanza lines it up toward right center. Catch is made, and he can only throw it into second base. The lead 2 runners both tag. Feliz in to score. Collier goes to third. It's a very productive out. A sac fly for Mathis, and it's 4-3 Lancaster here in the 5th. They've scored 4 unanswered. Mathis driving in his second of the night without a hit. A ground out in the 3rd, a sac fly here in the 5th. And it's 1st and 3rd for Mike McDade. 1 out in the inning. And first pitch, a swing and a pop-up. De La Cruz giving it a look, approaching the third base stands, and he's got it. He went too far but came back and made the adjustment, and running across the on-deck circle, made the grab, reaching up above his head. A foul pop-up caught for out number 2. McDade out on 1 pitch. He was looking for a first pitch to drive, and instead did that. And 2 down for Charlie Cutler. Out of Lancaster's 4 runs, the 8-hole hitter has scored twice, and the 9-hole hitter has scored twice. Cutler a strikeout and an infield hit tonight. And Neal to pitch, and a swing and a miss. He was trying to lift one and came up empty. If Neal can get out of it and give up only 2 and keep this a 1-run game. That would not be a bad escape. Here's the stretch. The 0-1, and it's a little bit high. Lancaster coming in has won 13 of 16. Their first half was not all that much better than York's, but they've turned it around big time, as have the Revs. Lancaster a 3-game lead entering tonight. 1-1, and a check on a ball in the dirt. De La Cruz smothered it. They'll appeal towards short. No swing on Cutler. Is the call there. Lancaster in the second half 9-5 on the road after going 9-27 in the first half away from their home park. The 2-1 runner goes from first, and a swing and a liner the other way and left and in for a hit. Boggs will play it on a hop. Kajimoto, even though he was running on the pitch, stops at second. But Collier's in to score, and Lancaster leads 5-3. And here comes Mace. He will point to the pen. And that'll be all for Matt Neal here in the 5th. He looked sharp early tonight, got off to a quick start. But the Barnstormers with 2 unearned in the 3rd. And now 3 runs here in the 5th inning. And a call to the bullpen has been made. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts here in the top of the 5th inning. Tyrell Harris will make his way in. Revs trailing 5-3. Cutler the RBI single the other way. And it'll be first and second with the innings still going. 2 outs when we come back. 5-3, Lancaster on top.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Are you dreading the impending doom of planning your company or group holiday party this year? Are you looking for something new and fresh of built-in catering and event planning? Well, the York Revolution has the solution for you. Our White Rose Hall offers a unique event space for groups of up to 200 people and is available year-round. Your event at Santander Stadium can be customized to fit your needs and budget with full-service event planning, catering, and the unique allure of the ballpark setting. In addition to holiday parties, we can host any type of business or group function. For a facility tour or to book your space today, please call the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at 717-801-HITS or visit YorkRevolution.com.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Well, Tyrell Harris set to go. He'll face Brian Cavazos-Galvez with 2 on and 2 out, and the Revs now down 2. 5 unanswered scored by Lancaster. Pitch to Galvez is swung on and missed. Maybe a little light sprinkle coming down again. Couple of umbrellas have popped up. Or maybe those are just sun umbrellas. All of the sunshine today. It's actually very cloudy, so it must not be that. As Harris steps off, Galvez is 1 for 2 with an infield hit. Here's the 0-1 and a swing and a miss. Good fastball away. Harris 1-0 with a 3.21 ERA in 13 outings, 14 innings, 7 hits. Opponents hitting 146. 4 walks, 15 Ks. There's the 0-2. And it misses down and away. Long look in, trying to come up with the plan. And he'll step off. A lot of signs to go through, and now Galvez will ask for time and back away. He had almost as big of a series in Bridgeport as Perez did here. Not quite, but hot hitter. The 1-2. And a liner yanked foul into the seats in left. It rebounds out into left field. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard tonight, Camden is at Long Island and leading 5-2 in the 5th. Somerset hosting Sugar Land, leading 1-0 in the 4th. Bridgeport at Southern Maryland, I believe, are in a rain delay. It's raining to the south of us. No score update from there. So York Mitsubishi out of town board. Pitch here is swung on and fouled straight back over the roof. Now Harris will toss into the plate. A new ball. He wasn't quite feeling it on that first one. That was thrown back his way. On a 1-2 again, and a foul back off the net. Evidently, Somerset, who leads Sugar Land 1-0 in the 4th, had 3 2/3 innings of no-hit ball from Will Oliver in his debut, their newest pitcher, who was deemed ineligible in the Frontier League due to exceeding the league's veteran requirements or restrictions. And so the team he was with had to part ways with him, and as if Somerset needs anybody else, went 3 2/3 no hit in his debut there. Quick visit between pitcher and catcher. Harris fires and misses in the dirt with a slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yep, rain delay in Southern Maryland. Hoping to start right around now. 2-2. Strike 3 called. Fastball at 92 on the outside black. And Tyrell Harris comes on and finishes off Galvez to end the inning. Lancaster takes the lead, though, with 3 runs in the frame on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Barnstormers with their first lead of the night. It's 5-3.
Is your home team stuck in the doldrums of summer? Does your family wake up calling every day a boring day? Well, step up to the plate and pull them out of that slump by calling in the big hitter.
Maple Donuts.
Here's the game plan. Wake up early before anyone else, sneak out of the house, and run down to the nearest Maple Donuts, where Charlie and his team are busy loading up the bases with 58 varieties of freshly made Maple Donut All-Stars. And what a lineup! Oh, so sweet glazed Maple Donuts. Sprinkles, always a fan favorite, both chocolate and vanilla. Jelly-filled, cream-filled, chocolate peanut-covered, even peanut butter devil's food. Then round the corner and head for home with your big Baker's Dozen box of freshly picked winners. Your family will roll roll out of bed, stumble down the stairs, walk into a kitchen filled with that irresistible smell, and cheer you as they start their day the Maple Donuts way. So step up to the plate and bring them home, Slugger. Maple Donuts, the perfect game plan for the perfect summer breakfast surprise.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Hey, sports fans, great news. Now you can listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stranded in Siberia? No problem. Kidnapped by wolves? It's not as bad as you may think. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the fifth, it's a 5-3 Lancaster lead. Chad Beck will continue on into the fifth inning. I don't know what their expectations were for him. Maybe he has exceeded those already. He's given up 7 hits, but has a 5-3 lead. Luis De La Cruz will lead off. First pitch is over for a strike. Beck did go 4 innings in a relief outing a couple of weeks ago. It's his first start since early May of last season. He deals, and it misses a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike on De La Cruz, who had a sac fly back in the second. The Revs built an early 3-0 lead. He swings here, punches one on 1 hop to second. It spins to Hughes, who has time with the catcher running and throws over to first for the out. 1 away. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 down. Here's Jose Constanza at the top of the order. 5-3 Lancaster as Constanza dances back on a pitch down and in. Getting darker here as night sets in. The dark clouds of the day a bit pronounced off toward left. As Constanza swings and cues a foul, third base side. Beck has faced the minimum over the last 8 hitters, even though he's had 3 base runners. 1 thrown out, trying to stretch a single, and then 2 double plays. Now he has settled down. The 1-1, and that's in the dirt. Constanza 1 for 2. RBI single with 2 outs in the second. He then stole second and third before being left on. The 2-1, and is swinging a foul tip, and into the glove of Cutler. 2-2. Beck made 3 starts for Lancaster last season. And had to have Tommy John surgery. He looks pretty good for coming off that. Now fires, and a swing and a line drive the other way. Base hit into left center for Constanza. And he's 2 for 3 on the night. The Revs with their 8th hit. Now Beck came back this year in relief. I know almost everybody seems to do it now. They come back and throw as hard or harder than they did before the surgery. It's still, though, impressive to see a guy throw 93, a year removed from having his elbow dissected. Here's Wilson Valdez, who's 1 for 2 with a bunt hit, and time is asked for at the plate. Had a bunt single, a steal, and a run scored back in the first. His 26th stolen base of the year. Total leads the team this season as he taps a foul third base side. That's second in the league. It actually already ties the 5th highest stolen base total in a season in Revs history. Eric Patterson had 26 last year, and last season 3 others were ahead of him. Although now, this isn't good. Mace and Chong are coming out to check on Constanza and make sure he's okay. He was a little slow getting toward first on that base hit. They say he's all right. He had been off the field for a couple of weeks before signing, and when he had first gotten here playing every day, he had a little bit of leg tightness, which is why they removed him from the one game in Camden last weekend. And he says he's all right. A 1-out base runner. It's an 0-1 count on Valdez, trailing 5-3 here in the 5th inning. 0-1, it's a pitch out and not going. Maybe they thought that Constanza was trying to fool them. Make them think he's slowed down by something and then go. Kyle Simon is up in Lancaster's bullpen. Right-hander warming. Another big guy, 6'6". Back a long hold, and time is asked for. And now Butch is going to head out in the middle of this at bat. That kind of resembles Matt Wright from up here. 6'4", 255. 30-year-old, and he's also from Texas. And Butch in the middle of the at-bat has a quick say and heads back to the dugout. Interesting time for that. He wasn't out there long. One and one to Valdez. And backfires. And a swing and a line drive. Base hit left center. Constanza up to second. And the Revs with their 2 guys at the top, both on base. Back-to-back singles. They each have 2 hit nights. And Valdez, a sharp liner, makes it first and second for Eric Patterson. Let's see what kind of jump Constanza could get on a base hit. Not moving quite like himself. Here's Patterson, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI double. Oh, they just caught a balk on back. And Constanza, or at least the Revs thought they did. What in the world is going on here? Constanza went to third, Valdez went to second. Butch came out to argue and ask why there was a balk. And now the third base ump, Drew Hoagland, calls the runners back and says there was none. Maybe time had been called. Mace coming out to ask what the deal is, and I guess he's satisfied with the explanation. I guess the plate ump, Warren Nicholson, called time. Or not Nicholson, rather. I think Nicholson called the balk. But maybe time had been out behind back where Drew Hoagland, the third base ump, overturns it. So it's first and second still. Here's Patterson, who takes down and in. Couple of nights off for Patterson, and tonight responding with an RBI double and a bloop single. Revs down 5-3. Pitch to him. That's in the dirt. Cutler sliding to his right to get in front. And a hitter's count for Patterson. They are out hitting Lancaster 9-6. Top 3 in the order. 6 for 8 at the plate. 7 for 10, including Boggs, the top 4, the 2-0. And a little high. Beck wanted it. Good eye from Patterson. He's got 3-0 here. This will be his 66th pitch coming up. He's set and deals. And a swing, and he bounces it foul. Down the first base side. They turned him loose. Well, I guess you figure Beck might be at the end of his line. Maybe take advantage. 3-1. Patterson was early on it. Now Beck nods yes. He's ready and delivers. And a swing and a well-hit ball in center. Collier moving back into left center field, and he's got it. A line drive, didn't quite have the height to keep going. And Collier a couple of steps in front of the track in deep left center makes the catch. Patterson hits it solidly, but lines out. And Brandon Boggs coming up with 2 outs in the inning. A little concerned to see how well Constanza might move should there be a base hit. He's been limping around a little bit this inning. Not sure what he did, but Boggs now needing a moment to reset his shin guard or his spikes. And now ready to go. First pitch from Beck is over the inner half, a called strike. Boggs 1 for 2 tonight. Singled the other way in the 3rd inning. Stretch. The 0-1. That's in the dirt. Cutler drops down on it. Simon's ready by now. He's in the bullpen watching. And perhaps Beck is operating to his last hitter. If he gets through the inning, he's got a chance at a win. Next pitch will be his 70th. And he steps off, motions that he needs to see the signs again. And he and Cutler agree on one. The 1-1. It just missed away. Tried to run his cutter back and missed with it. 2 balls and a strike. The stretch. Runners go. Pitch to Boggs is low, and Cutler has to hold it. Well, Constanza ran all right there. Double steal. And now a base hit could tie it up. Constanza with 3 steals tonight, his second of third base. Valdez with his 2nd steal of the night. It's like watching a track meet when those guys are on. It is an exciting brand. 5 steals combined, the 3-1, and a miss low, and Boggs flips the bat aside. I think he wanted the swing. He'll take his walk, and Butch Hobson will walk to the mound, and that'll be it. No, Beck will not go the qualifying 5 innings. And Kyle Simon will come in facing Brian Pounds with the bases loaded. The double steal from Constanza and Valdez. The Revs with 5 steals in the first 5 innings tonight. Beck issuing his first walk all night. Pitching change, again brought to you by Maple Donuts. Valdez now with 27 steals in the year. That is the 5th most in a season in team history. Of course, he had the record 55 last year. And Constanza now with 11 steals. in 13 games with York, 11 in his last 11, in fact, with 3 tonight. Simon goes into his warm-ups. 3-0 with a 3.57 ERA in 20 games this season. And he'll throw strikes, 22 2/3 innings, just 6 walks, 21 strikeouts. He's given up 24 hits. Opponents hitting .258. Shown a note next door from David Collins, reminding us that the last time these two faced, Brian Pounds took Simon deep for a grand slam in Lancaster back on July 18th. I don't always remember who gives up the home runs, but Dave did. He remembered that it was Pounds against Simon. And the last time in Lancaster, it was a slam onto the lawn and left. Well, here we go. First pitch this time, breaks away, ball 1. Pounds tonight, 2 at-bats, 2 ground balls to third. One of those was a double play. Revs down 5-3 in the 5th. The 1-0, that's inside. And he'll have a count to 0 in on. 2 balls and no strikes. Simon kind of slings it. A little bit 3/4 with the arm angle. The 2-0. And a fastball over for a strike. Inner half. Two balls, 1 strike. Simon shakes off a couple of times, now ready. The 2-1 swung on, fouled off first base side and out of play. For much of the first half, if you wanted a guy up in this spot, it was Pounds. Now, there's a lot of guys that you'd want up in this spot, but he most certainly is still one of them. Right at the top of the list. He'll battle with a 2-2 count. The stretch and the pitch. And it missed way outside. 3-2 with the bases loaded. Now the runners can get a head start. And Simon with no room for error. Cutler will stand up, remind his infielders that runners will be on the move. Big national night out crowd getting behind Pounds and the Revs. The stretch, the 3-2, up and in. Look out, ball 4, a bases loaded walk. And it's a 5-4 game here in the 5th inning. The Revs get one of them back on the free pass. It'll go as Pounds' 49th run driven in of the season. His 23rd in the last 25 games. And it's a 5-4 game, and Andres Perez is next. Back-to-back walks from Beck and now Simon. And that means Perez has a chance with him loaded. First pitch on the way, a breaking ball. It slides just off to the outside. Ball 1. Revs within a run. Perez a single and a hit by pitch tonight. The 1-0. And that's a little high. So now he has the hitter's count. He'll take a moment and focus. And climbs in. Here's the stretch. The 2-0. And a swing and a tapped foul behind the plate. Just got a piece of it. That one looked like it might be over the plate when he pulled the trigger, but it had a little sinking action to it. stretch. The 2-1. Down low. A ball away from having this a tie score. Lancaster with another reliever up, and now Butch and Ashley Wenger, their trainer, heading to the mound thinking something might be wrong with Kyle Simon. Lancaster with another reliever up. Blake Hassebrock, one of their new signings. They've got a few guys we haven't seen yet. You've done a nice job for them. Daniel Moskos, one of those yesterday. Well, now we've seen him. Now they're checking out Simon to see if he's all right. And they're going to call on Hassebrock here, and Simon will not finish this at bat. He leaves due to an injury. And this game just gets more and more bizarre. Well, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Hassebrock will come in having to throw a strike, inheriting a 3-1 count with the bases loaded. Simon walking in 1, and 3-1 on the next hitter, and Perez and the Revs have never faced this guy, so they will watch him like a hawk as he goes through his warm-ups, and Perez will... I don't know if he'll take one and make him throw a strike or look to jump on a first pitch. I mean, you figure Hassebrock has to get it over. He has to throw a strike. 6'4" righty, recently signed. In 5 appearances, he's been very good. 5 1/3 scoreless, 2 hits. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So technically he'll get as much time as he needs, but he's already been throwing. Hassebrock, an 8th-round pick of the A's in 2010. He had spent his whole career in their organization. He was slated for High A Stockton to begin this year, but never appeared in a game. Placed on the DL in early June. He's made it to Double-A for part of his season the last 2 years. His Double-A numbers not particularly good. ERA pushing 7 for his career. Combined between starting and relieving, ERA of 4.68. 17-23 record in the A's system. And he'll take 1 or 2 more here. Now the Revs with a run home in the inning right after Lancaster had gone in front with 3 in the top half of the 5th. Here come the Revs battling back again. 1 run home to make it 5-4, and Hassebrock inheriting a 3-1 count with the bases loaded. Perez marching back to the plate, facing a second pitcher in this at bat. He'll tap his spikes. He was watching him like a hawk from the on-deck area. A little closer to the plate than that, in fact. And Hassebrock is ready. Here we go, the stretch. And the 3-1. Swinging a ground ball to third. Feliz is there. He'll sling it across, and the inning's over. Perez tried to jump on the first pitch. Hassebrock got him to roll it over to third, and the Revs leave him loaded and only get 1 run to answer. 2 hits in the inning, 3 men left. So we go to the 6th. It's Lancaster 5 at York 4.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Top of the sixth, 5-4 is the score. Lancaster still in front. The Revs scoring a run, but leaving them loaded. Blake Hasselbrock coming in and making the biggest pitch of the night thus far. Tyrell Harris stays in. He had a lengthy wait, and his first pitch to Lance Zawadzki is outside. Came in and struck out Galvez, looking to end the fifth in strand two. Zawadzki leading off the sixth inning, the 1-0. And is swinging a fly ball foul. Off to the left and back out of play. Zawadzki 2 at-bats, 2 ground balls. One of those went for a double play. 1-1, and is swinging a fly ball, shallow center. Valdez is out from short, and he'll make the grab. Hopefully Constanza's all right. He didn't really get in from center at all on that play, but he also may have been able to realize that Valdez had it all the way and was able to save his legs. He did have that steal of third last inning, so he got it going then. One away, here is Luke Hughes, who's reached on an error and on a walk and has scored twice. First pitch is right there for a strike. The error led off the third, the walk led off the fifth, and bad things for the Revs ensued both times. There's the 0-1, and a curveball hooks away. 2 in the third unearned after the error on which he reached. Wind and the 1-1, and a bouncing ball, swatted foul, third base side. Hughes with some big league time with Minnesota, an Australia native. The wind and the pitch, and misses high. He played back home last season, finished 4th in the Australian League in batting. Harris, the wind, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He blew him away. Fastball at 93. And 2 up, 2 down here in the sixth. And Anderson Feliz, the hitter. Feliz a walk and an RBI single and 2 runs scored. The 8 and 9 hitters have scored 2 runs apiece. They've combined for just 1 hit. Pitch from Harris, a fastball right there for a strike. Another one at 93. A nice, easy 93 from the big righty. The 0-1, and a swing and a miss as he unleashes the slider. Man, he looks good. No balls, 2 strikes. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss! Struck him out with a changeup. Tyrell Harris shows all of his arsenal there. He's retired all 4 that he's faced, 3 of them on strikeouts, including back-to-back Ks to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still a 5-4 Lancaster lead.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious funnel cakes from the York Fair to Santander Stadium. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near the hot corner, as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also, be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Eating Challenge played between innings during York Evolution home games. They also offer event catering. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Still 5-4 Lancaster. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Blake Hassebrock stays in. Jacob Calderon will lead things off against the righty. Native of Littleton, Colorado, he ended up going to UNC Greensboro before the A's drafted him. And the first pitch to Calderon is swung on and lined foul the other way. Right over the concession areas down the left field side. Lancaster with a lefty up in their bullpen now. They'll shift Calderon to pull it in the infield. There's the 0-1, and it's high and away. Hassebrock not exactly pitching to that shift as he went outside there. Calderon 1 for 2, doubled off the wall and left and scored in the second. The pitch swung on and popped foul. Out of play, left side. It's going to be either Al Yavoli, who we haven't seen yet, or Daniel Moscos in the bullpen. Those are the 2 lefties with Morgado now in their rotation. 1-2, and that's inside. Fastball at 91. Now the stretch. 2-2, and it's down and away. No, Calderon having a nice at bat. He works it full to start the inning. Talvin Nash on deck, and Luis De La Cruz. 1-0 ready. 3-2. Swung on, fouled away. Down into the crowd in left field. That was borderline pitch away. That's probably outside watching the replay, but Calderon in protect mode. Count remains full. And out of the stretch. Hasselbrock to the plate again. And a line drive. Base hit right center. Calderon with a seed. A low liner, and Luke Hughes attempting to leap at second. Got to the top of his jump, and it was just over his glove. Calderon with a low liner that looked like it was picking up steam as it took off. And a little elevation. Now the leadoff man aboard, and here's Talvin Nash, who's grounded out and struck out. Hard single. First pitch to Nash is way outside, all the way to the backstop, and Calderon moves up on the wild pitch. And Cutler couldn't even get a glove on it. Now the tying run at second base with nobody out here in the sixth. That base hit for Calderon, the Revs' 10th of the night. Out hitting Lancaster 10-6, but trailing by 1. On the stretch. A look back, the 1-0. Breaking ball down and in as Nash backs away. Now the lefty is probably for the top of the order when Constanza comes around. 2 of the 3 at the top are left-handed. There's the stretch. And the 2-0 swung on, ripped foul. A grounder that he was out in front on. And pulled it past Polo at third and down against the sidewall. Down by cameraman Mike. Stretch. 2-1. And that misses high as Nash backs away. 3-1 the count. Hasselbrock grabbing the rosin bag between pitches. Nash looking for one he likes. The 3-1. Down and in, and he walks again. First and second with nobody out here in the sixth. Luis De La Cruz coming up. Butch Hobson's a step in front of his dugout. And he will ask Mike McDade, his first baseman, to come in and relay signs for the infield. De La Cruz now is going to meet briefly with Polo. De La Cruz, a sac fly to right, a ground out to second. You would think he'll probably be asked to bunt. Constanza says something to him from the on-deck circle. Corners are in, anticipating it. And Hasselbrock ready. De La Cruz squares. First pitch, he pulls it back, and a slider breaks low. That walk to Nash is 15th in his last 16 games. There's the stretch. De La Cruz squares. The 1-0 pulls back, and it's a tad low. Cutler tried to hold it there. 2 balls and no strikes. That was close. Watching the replay. Just a little below the knee. 2-0. And he squares again. And the pitch to him, and in self-defense, he bunts it foul. It was up and in. Tried to pull it back, but it glanced off the bat. A foul ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. That was dangerously in near the fingers. He holds it out there again, squaring. And the 2-1 pitch. Gets this one down toward third. Feliz hesitated. Now cuts it off. Throws to first for the out. He nearly decapitated his pitcher. De La Cruz gets the bunt down, and it's second and third with 1 out. And here comes Butch. He's got the lineup card in hand. They had Feliz attempting to stay home at third for a lead out. It was McDade breaking hard in from first. De La Cruz bunted it toward third, forcing their hand. That's where he had to go with it. And Feliz hesitated for a moment to see if Hasselbrock could get to it. And then he had to come over and make the play, and Hasselbrock almost took out his third baseman trying to duck. He almost toppled him over. Feliz released it basically right over his pitcher. They weren't far away from colliding. So a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And it's second and third with 1 out on the successful sac bunt. It went 5-4. A lefty in to face Jose Constanza at the top of the order. It'll be Al Yavoli, who we have never seen, be his first appearance against York. We've got some Long Island weather here on this cool night. A mist hovering in the sky, being blown around on a much cooler than normal night. Yavoli, one of their recent additions. In 5 outings, 3 innings, scoreless, 2 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Constanza against lefties entering play tonight, 4 for 17. Yavoli against left-hand hitters has held them 0 for 6. Righties are 2 for 5. It was with Sioux Falls of the American Association to begin this season. Will appear in his 6th game with Lancaster. 6'2" lefty. He's in the Frontier League with Washington last year, and for 2 years before that, briefly in the Cubs system 2 years ago. A second and third for Constanza. Lefty-lefty. First pitch is swung on. A little swinging bunt. Fair, and Calderon broke for the plate, and he's in a rundown. The catcher to Feliz, to the pitcher, who tags him out. Missed the tag, flipped it home, and McDade got the glove on him, according to the plate ump, Warren Nicholson. And meanwhile, Talvin Nash was caught between second and third. He was able to make it to third as they got the out at home. Constanza goes all the way to second, and it's still going to be second and third with 2 outs on a little swinging bunt that went just a couple of feet in front of home plate, right along the first base line where the catcher picked it up. Now, the fans hated the call on Calderon being out on the second attempt. When he went for the plate the second time, that's when Revs fans thought that the first tag had been missed. The pitcher, Yavoli, reached for him. Calderon jumped around him and then dove for the plate. Yavoli flipped to McDade, and if his hand touched the plate, I don't see how they could have possibly tagged him watching that replay. If he got his hand in on home plate, I don't see a tag. If Yavoli missed him the first time, and if Calderon got his hand in, I don't see where the tag is on the replay. The rest of it's tough to know, but if those things happened, I don't see how he's not safe. And he popped up signaling safe, all pumped up, thinking he had just made a great escape and got the hand in. He popped up all fired up, thinking he had just made the play of the night. But he's called out. And the fans all over the plate on Warren Nicholson, who, the other thing I don't understand, he signaled that Calderon had been tagged on his foot. The foot was nowhere close to the tag. Was he tagged in the hand or the arm? Maybe. But that is not the foot, and that's what he signaled. His foot was never anywhere close to being tagged. He dove head first. Here's Wilson Valdez now. And the first pitch, a fastball strike over the inside corner. The mist continues to blow. Others in the press box have watched the replay and thought he was safe. So there's that. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and looped. Shallow right. It is in for a hit. And both runs will score. And the Revs take the lead. 6-5 here in the bottom of the sixth. Wilson Valdez makes it A-OK with a 2-run bloop single to shallow right. In front of Galvez and out past Hughes, who went out from second. Valdez bloops it in. And the sixth inning now is all right. He picks up 2 RBIs. It's his 3rd hit of the night, and the Revs go in front 6-5. Mikey Reynolds now heading into the dugout after coaching at first. Constanza just scored, and maybe his legs aren't 100%, so we might have a move coming up here. As Yavoli throws over, checking on Valdez. Eric Patterson, the hitter now. Revs take the lead, battling through these murky middle innings. And Yavoli a throw to first. Valdez back a second time standing. What a huge hit. Certainly wasn't the longest hit of the night. Patterson 2 for 3 with an RBI double. Another move to first. Valdez back standing a 3rd time, and he helps out by calling safe himself. And that gets Yavoli to look at him and nod his head like, oh, okay. No, Valdez starting to get in his head. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Patterson, a fastball. It's over for a strike. Now the left-hander ready. And a move to first base. Valdez back standing. Everything's right with the innings since the Revs took the lead, but it could have been bigger had they not screwed up again on the call at home plate. Here's the 0-1, and a line drive foul the other way into the front couple of rows and left. Now it's an 0-2 count. They could have an extra run and only 1 out at this point. But they don't. There's the stretch, and the 0-2. Swung on and line to left and a base hit. Down the line and headed to the corner, and Valdez to third. The throw is airmailed in. Patterson takes second. It's a double. They'll call it a single, actually, and second on the throw in. And it's second and third. And the inning continues for Brandon Boggs. Now they will give Patterson the double. Second and third. Mathis just kind of lobbing it in. But I think Patterson was going all the way. And behind in the count, 2 strikes. And he nailed it the other way over Feliz's leaping attempt at third. Valdez would have scored had they not been playing Patterson that direction. Here's Boggs, who tries to check on a pitch in the dirt. They appeal. He didn't go. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Big national night out crowd into it. And chanting, "Let's go Revs." They have a 6-5 lead, trying to add on here in the 6th inning. The stretch. The 1-0. And a swing and a miss on a fastball tailing away. Boggs tonight, 1 for 2. A single and a walk. The 1-1. That's way outside. Fastball at 93. And Boggs lets it go. Two and 1 the count. Revs now out hitting Lancaster 12-6 on the night. Now the stretch from the lefty. The 2-1 swung on, hit high in the air, right center. Galvez going back on it, has it lined up, and deep in right center will make the play. Boggs did not miss by much. Drives it deep the other way and flies out, but the Revs take the lead back with 2 runs in the 6th, 3 base hits, no errors. They do leave 2 in scoring position, but back on top again as we head to the 7th. Here at Santander Stadium tonight, it's the Revs 6 and the Barnstormers 5.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off, neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Are you getting pumped for another year of high school football? Well, all this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. Or go to WOYK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, and only here on Sports Radio 1350.
We're everywhere. Listen on the go with the WOYK mobile apps. Download today at WOYK1350.com.
Waking up with the Zabe. The Steve Zabin Show.
And I know people, I can already hear you screaming at your radio. You don't even have a real job, Zabin. You just sit in front of the microphone and flap your cake hole around. I understand that. I'm not upset to be back today. I need to get back. I need to get back on the horse and get back riding again. I'm just saying it's going to take me a segment or two to get up to speed. Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 7th, and left-hander Ron Scooters will take over. Revs with a 6-5 lead. And the top of the order for Lancaster due up, beginning with Zach Collier. Now a left-hander for Scooters to face right away, and his first pitch, a bunt try, up and in. Collier bailing away. Revs want an appeal to third base, and they won't ask. Why would they do that? 1 ball and no strikes. I certainly don't think he pulled that bunt back. Well, it's ball 1 anyway. Here's the 1-0. That just missed low. Tyrell Harris, 4 up, 4 down, 3 strikeouts tonight. Now Scooters takes over. He's 2-0 in 10 outings. 10 innings, 1 run, 4 hits. 7 walks, 14 Ks. The 2-0, and it's up and in. He doesn't want to walk this guy, but falls behind Collier, 3-0. Tonight he's 2 for 3, an RBI double in the 3rd. Singled and scored in the 5th. Been a tough out for the Revs. Series before this one as well. The 3-0. And that one's right there for a strike. Boy, what a battle between these two teams tonight. There's the stretch. 3-1. And a foul back off the netting. And Scooters comes back with a full count. These two teams battling for big things in the second half, and tonight a microcosm of that. Now ready with it. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out. Got him to chase what would have been ball 4. Up around eye high. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Defensive changes for the Revs. Constanza does leave the game. Hopefully he's all right. He's standing on his own down at the end of the Revs dugout, so he's not seated. He's not in the trainer's room. He's still down there, and he's on his feet. Wonder if maybe he tightened up again. Look at these changes here as Yusuke Kajimoto stands in. Mikey Reynolds comes into the game to play second base. First pitch to Kajimoto. It's a called strike. He thought it was high and or outside. But Scooters gets the call on it. Patterson goes from second to left. Boggs goes from left to center. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 92. Kajimoto, 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch tonight. He'll bat from the right side of the plate for the first time. And now Scooters ready. The 0-2. Swing and a foul tip squeeze on a fastball high and away, and Kajimoto chases. And Ron Scooters has struck out the top 2 in the order. Here in the top of the 7th. 2 up, 2 down. Two outs and Kent Mathis the hitter. That makes 16 strikeouts in 10 2/3 for Scooters this season. Mathis, the 3-hole hitter, stands in from the right. And the first pitch, fastball down low. Mathis 0 for 2, 2 RBIs, an RBI ground out and a sac fly. Now the stretch. A long hold, and Mathis asks for time. Now he's ready. There's the 1-0. That misses down low. De La Cruz a step in front of the plate to give him a little pep talk. Scooters, meanwhile, asks for a new ball. And falls behind 2-0. The mist in the sky has, for the most part, stopped, it looks like. And Long Island weather there for a while. Now the stretch. The 2-0. And that one's right there for a strike. A long look in. He's set again. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. On a fastball away, Mathis almost fell to a knee. 2-2. Revs a 6-5 lead here in the top of the 7th in this back and forth game tonight. This is the K-Man, by the way, as the chants pick up. Scooter's ready. The 2-2. Ooh, breaking ball slipped and missed very high. A full count. I guess if you're a hitter, you kind of rule out the curveball then and don't worry about it. But Scooters has shown many times this season that he can command that and throw it effectively. Now he's set. And the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit deep in left field. Patterson looking, it's gone. Kent Mathis with a game-tying solo home run to left. Out over the arch nemesis, and it's a 6-6 game here in the top of the 7th. He drives in his 3rd of the night, and after the curveball that had slipped, he sat on fastball all the way and did not miss it. His 3rd home run of the year. He's driven in 3 tonight, 4 in this series. And Scooters with his 1st home run allowed. It's a tie game. Here's Mike McDade, who swings and pops the first one up. De La Cruz straight back behind the plate and makes the grab in foul territory to end the inning. But Scooters was a pitch away from going 1-2-3. Mathis connects on the home run, and we are all square again. 6-6 our score, 7th inning stretch here at the bank tonight.
Nobody can turn your backyard into a backyard paradise better than Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping. The outdoor pros at Paradise offer full outdoor maintenance, landscaping, hardscape design and installation. And when it comes to fall planting, mulching, and cleaning up fallen leaves, you're in luck, Revs fans. Call before September 1st to schedule your fall cleanup and clean up with 10% off. Estimates are free, fully insured. Call 577-6234 or check them out on Facebook. Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping in York.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 7th, 6-6 our score. Only the second run given up in 11 innings by Ron Scooters. Mike McDade, by the way, fouling out to the catcher on one pitch in consecutive at-bats. I'd like to thank Paul Braverman, who went and retrieved my pen for me. I threw it down when Mathis hit the home run, and it bounced right off the chair and out the window. And no one sitting in front, fortunately, although Eric Menzer is nearby now. That could have been less than ideal, but only a tie game. Right-hander Scott Patterson, the new pitcher for Lancaster. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Brian Pounds to lead off. And the first pitch misses a little bit low. Pounds 0 for 2 tonight. A bases-loaded walk in the 5th. The wind and the 1-0. And that just missed inside. Patterson 0-3, a 3.31 ERA in 33 games. One save. At one time in his career, he was a dominant closer with Lancaster. Pitch to Pounds is cut on and missed. Big rip. And a foul tip held. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pounds, Perez, and Calderon this inning. Wind and the 2-1. And a swing and a foul upstairs, first base side. For all of the back and forth tonight, this is the first time that we've entered a half inning with the game tied. It's been tied during innings. Patterson the windup, 2-2, breaking ball, and it. Well, what's the call? He verbally called strike. It's a strike 3 called. Cutler threw it down to third, and Pounds was halfway back to the dugout before the plate ump actually made the hand signal. One away here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll bring up Andres Perez. And tonight is 1 for 2, a single and a run back in the 2nd, hit by a pitch in the 4th. And Patterson delivers. Curveball, it floats over for a strike. Patterson, 6'7" mule out there on the mound. Former starter early in his Lancaster career. And the 0-1. And a swing and a miss as Perez chases up high. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for York. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Lancaster. Patterson fiddles for it. He's got it, delivers, and a smack on the ground at third. Feliz cuts it to his left, spins again, and makes the
LSC.com.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, apologies for the bump. The internet stadium-wide went down briefly, but we are back. We're heading to the 8th, still tied at 6. Jacob Calderon had reached on an infield single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning, but Scott Patterson then got Telvin Nash to pop up to end the inning. We are back. Appreciate you sticking with us. 6-6 it remains as we head to the 8th. I had Revs TV bumped off momentarily as well, so it was more than just our radio feed. Stephen Penny takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Charlie Cutler will lead it off. Hitting in the 5-hole, their catcher. First pitch is in tight for ball 1. Cutler 2 for 3 tonight. Our single in the 5th. A 1-0. And a liner to left center in the gap and a base hit to lead off. Going all the way to the fence, and Cutler into second with a leadoff double. And the Barnstormers right away threatening to take the lead. Cutler's 3rd hit of the night. Brian Cavazos Galvez up next. Daly Cruz and Penny meeting in front of the mound briefly. Whichever team loses tonight is going to be upset. The Revs led 3-0 and 6-5. Lancaster led 5-3. Here's Galvez, who's 1 for 3 with an infield hit. As Penny motions to go through signs again. Go-ahead run at second base on the leadoff opposite field double. Now Penny steps off. $5,037 our attendance tonight. Now the stretch from Penny, the first pitch, and a swing and a fly ball lifted to shallow left near the line, and it lands fair. You gotta be kidding me. Down toward the corner and around to score is Cutler, and Brian Cavazos Galvez with a bloop hit that literally landed inches inside the line and left, and Lancaster leads it 7-6. Galvez with his 58th RBI of the year ties him with Lou Ford for the league lead. Revs took the lead on a bloop in the 6th. Lancaster does so 2 innings later. Here's Lance Zawadski. And Penny the pitch and a ground ball to short. Valdez to his right, throws it back to second. Mikey turns it, sidestepping the takeout slide attempt. 6-4-3 double play, and 2 down and the base is empty. Now Luke Hughes coming up. Second double play turned by the Revs tonight. First pitch to Hughes is ripped left side and through the hole, a base hit. He jumps on the first one in singles. It's his first hit of the game. Man, two teams that in the first half really struggled to score runs, and here of late have become 2 offensive juggernauts, 2 of the most potent offenses in the league over the last at least couple of weeks. Most of this second half. That is the 10th hit for Lancaster. York with 13. Here's Anderson Feliz, and Penny missing high on a splitter. Feliz tonight 1 for 2, an RBI single. Also a walk and 2 runs scored out of the 9 spot. Here's the 1-0 and a fastball. It's a called strike over the outer half. Penny coming in 3-3 with a 3.47 ERA, 4 saves. This is his 40th appearance. Pitch, and it's in for a strike, a splitter again. at the called strike on Feliz, who tonight has extended his hitting streak to 5. Former Yankee farmhand, probably knows Jacob Calderon from there. Here's the stretch from Penny. And the 0-2, fastball just outside. Penny ready. And the 2-2. Splitter a little low. Feliz doesn't bite at it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Hughes will have the head start. Barnstormers tied it back up last inning. They've retaken the lead this inning, 7-6. Now Penny the stretch. Hughes a head start, payoff pitches, swung on a miss, blew him away at 90, and the inning is over. The only inning tonight in which at least one team has not scored was the 4th. Lancaster retakes the lead here in the 8th. The run on 3 hits, 1 left. Bottom of the 8th inning, Revs trail 7-6.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off, neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Are you getting pumped for another year of high school football? Well, all this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. Or go to WOYK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, and only here on Sports Radio 1350.
We're everywhere. Listen on the go with the WOYK mobile apps. Download today at WOYK1350.com.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, it's been a wildly entertaining game tonight, but the Revs currently on the short end, trailing 7-6. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Scott Gracie will take over on a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Luis De La Cruz to lead things off. Lancaster on a bloop hit, taking the lead. Pitch to De La Cruz is down low. They seem like a team right now that just continues to get after you inning after inning. As De La Cruz lines a base hit to right. Leadoff single, Galvez over toward the line to cut it off. And the tying run is on base. The Revs seem like that type of team right now as well. And De La Cruz greeting Gracie with a hard single the other way. Here's Mikey Reynolds. His first plate appearance of the night. Let's see if he's up to bunt. Gracie ready. Mikey does square. And first pitch, he pushes it toward first. Gracie handles it, and he will meet Mikey in front of first. kind of a hard tag. He was trying to avoid a hard collision, and Mikey was trying to run hard and get to first. A little force behind that tag, but no harm intended. Sacrifice is good. And the tying runs at second base with one out here in the 8th. Wilson Valdez, the hitter. And here comes Butch. They do have some bullpen activity, but this would appear to just be a meeting. Scott Gracie this year 4-0, a 2.15 ERA, 36 games. Opponents have hit only 2.16. Visit comes to a close. He's got 2 of his 4 wins against York, 2-0 with a 1.93 ERA against the Revs. And 14 strikeouts in 9 1/3 innings. Valdez tonight, 3 for 4. 2 RBIs, 2 steals, and a run. De La Cruz the lead from second. And the first pitch, he fakes a bunt and a breaking ball. Swoops down low. Butch upset about something as he takes a step in front of the dugout. I think he wants Feliz to play back and not get baited into falling for a bunt. They don't think he'll do it. The 1-0, he does show it again, running up in the box and tilted it back as Gracie delivered a strike. Now the question is the plan all along Valdez faking this to draw them in, or would he really do it? Feliz does remain back at third, so he might do it. And time asked for by Valdez. It's got to be tempting to him, seeing all the infielders back. There's the stretch. And the 1-1 swung on, another bloop. This one will stay in the infield, and McDade at first base catches it. Valdez jammed on that one. 2 down. And De La Cruz still standing at second with Eric Patterson coming up. Patterson 3 for 4, 2 doubles and an RBI. How good of a pitch would he get to hit, though, with first base open? Revs down a run here in the 8th, 7-6. And Gracie ready and steps off. They've out-hit Lancaster 14-10, but they've stranded 8 runners. Lancaster has left 5 on. There's the stretch. First pitch, breaking ball low, off the glove of Cutler, who scrambles to get to it quickly. It had gone a few feet off to the left, just outside of the home plate circle. De La Cruz stays put, and a wise decision. 1-0 on Patterson. Gracie ready. The 1-0. And that runs inside. Now Patterson can be selective here. It's Lancaster bullpen. A lot of new guys. But a 1.71 ERA since July 10th. The 2-0. That's up high. 3-0 with Boggs on deck. July 10th was the first day of the second half, so Their second half bullpen ERA 171. Gracie ready. Patterson digs in, the 3-0, and taking, and this one's over for a strike. He had a 3-0 green light early in the game. Earlier, middle innings. Now the stretch. And the 3-1. Breaking ball over for strike 2. No full count. De La Cruz at second base, the tying run after the leadoff single and the sac bunt. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th and down a run. Gracie looks in. The mullet-topped righty has his sign, and Patterson asks for time and takes a step out. Now we're ready again. The stretch and the 3-2. Swung on, popped up foul, straight back and up over the roof. Now we'll do it again. Patterson digs in against the back line of the box. And Gracie the stretch again. Another 3-2 and a late swing, and he fights off a foul into the seats. Back behind the third base dugout. Remains full. In battle mode. Trying to do this until he can get one to hit. Or get on. And Gracie set once more. And another 3-2. Swung on, ground ball, first base. McDade's got it, flips to Gracie, covering, and the inning's over. The Revs leave their 9th runner of the night after De La Cruz's leadoff single. He's stranded at second base. If they do it tonight, they'll have to do it in the 9th. That's because we're going to the 9th. Lancaster's still ahead, 7-6.
You're running cross country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does Flying Feet.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Are you dreading the impending doom of planning your company or group holiday party this year? Are you looking for something new and fresh of built-in catering and event planning? Well, the York Revolution has the solution for you. Our White Rose Hall offers a unique event space for groups of up to 200 people and is available year-round. Your event at Santander Stadium can be customized to fit your needs and budget with full-service event planning, catering, and the unique allure of the ballpark setting. In addition to holiday parties, we can host any type of business or group function. For a facility tour or to book your space today, please call the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at 717-801-HITS or visit YorkRevolution.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the ninth inning, Edward Paredes will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Revs trail at 7-6. Paredes was subject of a pregame Q&A on the dugout. Very interesting to hear him chat. Talked about back home in the Dominican Republic and how he learned his slider. He will face Zach Collier up first. Barnstormer leadoff hitter, 2 for 4 tonight. An RBI double in the third, a single and a run in the fifth, rather. First pitch of the inning, a slider, and it's there for a strike. Lefty against lefty. Paredes is 1-1 with an ERA of 3 in 35 outings. If he can keep this a one-run game, that would be very important. Pitch is swung on and missed. Another healthy slider. And the Revs in the bottom of the ninth will have Boggs, Pounds, Perez due up. Keeping it a one-run score. That is task number 1 right here as Paredes misses outside. On a 1-2. Swinging a chop to first. One big hop to Nash. He gloves it. He'll take it himself. And 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the ninth. Game 3 of the 4-game series tomorrow night. Cowboy Monkey Rodeo. They're back in York for a second season. And also keychain giveaway presented by the Lube Center to the first 1,500 fans. Tickets on sale at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS. And at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office. Here's Yusuke Kajimoto, who's 0 for 3, 3 Ks and a hit by pitch that hurt. First offering here is cut on and missed, a changeup. Oh-1. And a swing and a miss. Good slider. Wednesday night, by the way, Manufacturing Appreciation Night presented by Mantech to close the homestand. Paredes with the 0-2. And that's down and away. Lancaster's got either Marcus Walden or Pete Andrelzik up in the bullpen. They've both closed this season. I believe it's Walden. He's done the bulk of it recently. A 1-2. And that misses high and away. Paredes upset with himself. Andrelzik won an inning and 2/3 yesterday, coming in the 7th inning. So pretty sure we're expecting to see Walden next. Paredes delivers and is swinging a bounce to third. Pounds will wait back for the second hop, gets rid of it and nails him at first. One an arm. Had to wait for the second bounce and didn't have time to step into it, just had to let it rip. And hoses him at first. Kajimoto 0 for 4 on the night. First time that he's put it in play. And with 2 down, Kent Mathis coming up, who tied the game with a home run in the 7th. He's driven in 3 tonight and 4 in this series. 1 for 3 tonight. Solo homer, and before that, RBI ground out and a sac fly. First pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. Probably could have made a better K-man pick tonight. is Walden, we're told. The 0-1 and a backdoor slider just missed. Mathis has now driven in 8 runs in 6 games against York. He's got 9 RBIs against the rest of the league. Pitch, and a swing and a fly ball to shallow center. Boggs coming in, and he'll put it away. Inning over. 1-2-3, top of the 9th for Edward Paredes, who had struck out the side each of his previous 2 outings. This time, they're all put in play, but just as effective. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Revs. They'll face Marcus Walden, Lancaster's new closer, and trailing 7-6.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA-approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 9th, it's 7-6 Lancaster. Marcus Walden takes over. The Revs beat him in a tie game back on June 9th in game 1 of a doubleheader. Wilson Valdez hit a walk-off single against him. Walden now working closing duties for Lancaster, 4 saves. He's even made 3 starts this year, 32 appearances, 2-3 with a 3.33 ERA. Brandon Boggs up first. Tonight, 1 for 3. Single and a walk. And the first pitch from the righty is over for a strike. Walden, not the biggest guy, 6 feet tall. On a staff that has some horses. We've seen some of them tonight. Here's the 0-1. And a slider cuts in. Actually, that was a cutter. That had some tilt to it, but showed up at 91 on the board. Maybe that's why he's closing. 48 2/3 innings, 43 hits. He has walked 18. 40 strikeouts. He deals, and it's down low, 2-1. Boggs, Pounds, and Perez due up. Down 7-6 here in the bottom of the 9th. They led 3-0 early and then led very briefly after 6. The 2-1 swung on, fouled off, and bangs the upstairs third base side. Well, they led from the first until the 5th inning and then very briefly after the 6th. Like we said, either team losing tonight is going to be disappointed. The lead has changed hands a couple of times. Here's the stretch from Walden. 2-2. And he missed high and crossed up Cutler, who in self-defense knocked that thing down. And he tells the plate ump that he needs to go out and discuss this. Looked like he was swatting at flies. He was trying to not get beamed by that pitch. A full count. Hey, any way that Boggs can get on. You're in a one-run game. And after the in-person chat between pitcher and catcher, he'll dig back in. 3-2. Leading off the bottom of the ninth, the stretch. And the pitch. Down and away. Lead off walk as Boggs drops the bat, unhooks the gear. He'll leave it there and head to first. Now the tying run is on. And Brian Pounds to the plate. Now this will be interesting to see what they do. Play for a run in the tie. You got one of your best hitters up. Maybe go for the big inning and the win. Here's the stretch from Walden. And Pounds squares. First pitch is bunted in the air and lands foul. First base side. He's 0 for 3 tonight. A bases loaded walk in the fifth that drove in a run. One thing, though, that the idea of a bunt here would do, you absolutely do not want to hit into a double play. Beck had gotten Pounds to do that earlier tonight. Feliz drawn in at third. He shows it. And Walden the pitch. Pulls it back, and it just missed low. Good eye. And that pulling it back and recognizing it, a lot easier said than done. When you're squared like that, your line of vision is different, not what you're used to seeing in your normal stance. Now, a very good eye. He was risking getting behind 0-2 had that been a strike. Now, time asked for by Cutler, Lancaster's catcher. Tying run on at first. The winning run is at the plate. Pounds has shown bunt the first two. 1-1 the count. The stretch. Hasn't shown it yet. Walden a long hold, trying to get him to tip his hand, and time finally called. No hand was tipped. It's like Red Sox, Yankees. It's like the old Atlantic League tonight. Here's the stretch. And the 1-1 swung on. Ground ball, base hit to left. Pounds swings away, finds the hole, and it's first and second with nobody out. Hit number 15 of the night. And Andres Perez coming up next. He's had some success in these situations this year. Tonight, 1 for 3. Singleton scored in the second. Also on base on a hit by pitch. And here comes Butch Hobson making a walk to the mound. This will be a visit. Nobody up and throwing. Mace likes to get a lot of walking in before the game. He'll do some laps. Butch doesn't need to. He gets his walking in from the first through the ninth innings. Not even like the sixth through the ninth. We'll go with first through ninth sometimes. He uses, it's almost like in basketball, the use it or lose it timeout. The mindset of not taking one to the locker room. He'll use all the ones he has. Andres Perez at bat, and the corners for Lancaster start walking in. Release McDade at first base. First and second, no outs here in the bottom of the ninth. And McDade coming all the way in. And Walden will lift and look. Boggs back at second. How would you like to be Mike McDade about 40 feet from Perez bat? When he wields that thing. I mean, have they not seen him hit? Corners are in. Anticipating the bunt with the winning 2 runs on. And the first pitch is swung on! Lined! Right center base hit! They had to play it cautiously. Boggs will go to third, and they're loaded with nobody out. Andres Perez, first pitch, swinging a line drive single to right center. And it was close enough to Galvez that Boggs couldn't sell out and go, but they'll be loaded with no outs. And Jacob Calderon coming up. And Butch Hobson will maneuver his defense one way or another. Decision time for him. Loaded for Calderon, who's 3 for 4 with a double. They'll play to turn 2 up the middle. And the corner's in, and now Mace is going to call time and send James Simmons out to second. And pinch run for Pounds as the winning run. And no slight to Pounds, who can move. But James Simmons has some of the best speed on a roster that perhaps has the greatest speed of all in the league. So pulling out all the stops. And Calderon looking to perhaps win this thing with a base hit. Here's the stretch from Walden. First pitch in the dirt. Cutler knocks it down. That last hit, their 16th of the night. Could the 17th kick off a celebration? Walden stares, and he's set. Here's the 1-0. Sinks down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Revs are in search of their 8th one of these this season. They still need 1 run to tie it. Here's the stretch. The 2-0. Swung on, ground ball, base hit to left. Boggs in to score. They'll go 1 bag apiece, and it's a tie game, 7-7 here in the bottom of the 9th. Jacob Calderon, the game-tying base hit. Ripped it the other way and right through the left side of the infield. And we are tied again at a touchdown apiece. And here comes Telvin Nash trying to end it. What an absolutely wild and crazy game this has been. And Simmons the winning run at third. Lancaster brings the entire infield in with Nash trying to end the night. And the first pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball. 7-7. The other runners, Perez at second, Calderon at first. Jacob Calderon, another 4-hit night. Now Walden looks in, and he's ready with it. And the 0-1, swing and a miss on a slider. That almost snuck through Cutler. You had to pounce and make sure he was on top of it. 0-2. Nash trying to put it in play somewhere, preferably elevate it. He had one of these against Camden couple of weeks ago. Walden set with it. The 0-2, that's down low, and Cutler being tested. He blocks that one out of the dirt. A win, the Revs would be back within 2 in the Freedom Division second half. Everybody on the edge of their seat, waiting with bated breath to see what happens next. Walden ready. All the infielders in. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider, down and away. And that's out number 1. Now Luis De La Cruz next. And now the middle infield will back up and play for 2. Revs have tied it. Now trying to finish the job. De La Cruz, 1 for 2 tonight. Single to right in the 8th inning. Also has a sac fly and a sac bunt. Now Butch motioning somebody in. Walden set. First pitch is swung on and cued foul. Down to the first base coach's box. De La Cruz asking if that one would have been low had he not swung. I think Butch was motioning the outfielders in, but his middle infielders came in, although now all 4 of them are up, so they are going to play the infield in again and not take the chance on having to turn 2. Walden stares, nods yes, he's ready. And the 0-1 slider down low. Cutler, a lot of pressure on him right now. And even more so with Simmons being the runner at third. There'd be pressure anyway. He's the one calling these, and he has to trust his own ability to be able to handle it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Walden set. And the pitch. Swing and a flare. It'll be caught at second. Didn't have enough on it. Right off the handle of the bat. De La Cruz wants to break that thing over his knee the way he was holding it above his head. And with the infield in, Hughes makes the catch for out number 2. Now Mikey Reynolds will try to end it. Otherwise, we go to extras. And it's right there for the Revs. They had the tying run in with the bases loaded and still no outs. Now trying to get it done with 2 outs. Mikey a sac bunt in his only plate appearance tonight. The infield can back up. Here's the stretch from Walden. And the first pitch, fastball a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. 7 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors for York. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Lancaster. Walden nods yes, he's ready. And the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball, right side, base hit! Base hit! Game over! And the Revs come back and win! 8-7 in the bottom of the 9th inning! Mikey Reynolds, the game-winning walk-off single to right! And the Revs with their 8th walk-off win of the season, tying a franchise record. Mikey Reynolds, the hero tonight, on their 18th hit of the game. It's a game winner. And Mikey delivers through the infield and into right, and the Revs are back within 2 games of first. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, a leadoff walk, and then a total of 4 singles. The 3rd one tied it from Jacob Calderon. The 4th one wins it from Mikey Reynolds. Their 8th walk-off win of the year, tying a franchise record along with the 09 team. And the Revs with a gritty back and forth, multiple comeback night, outlast the Barnstormers in an epic Game 2 of this 4-game series. The 2 teams have split the first 2, with the Revs winning tonight by a final score of 8-7. They are now 17-13 in the second half. Lancaster falls to 19-11. It's a 2-game difference in the standings again. And the Revs now have won 10 of their last 11 at home, 11 of their last 16 overall. What a fantastic win tonight. And how about the entertainment value in this one? Just another boring old 1-run W, huh? I should think not. Revs with an incredible comeback victory. They are now 11-2 in 1-run games at home this season. And tonight, one of their most thrilling games and wild victories of the year. They do it in front of more than 5,000 on hand for National Night Out here at Santander.